If you want to know the 3 ways to generate big time wealth, you're in the right place.
Hello, welcome to my video.
Hello! When it comes to generating wealth, the ultimate goal is to make your money make you money. That means you're making money without physically working. You could be sleeping on a beach or skydiving in Dubai. Either way, you get richer without trying. Okay, that's an overstatement. But money does flow into your pocket a lot easier. So, what's the secret? How are people achieving this dream? Generally by A, owning a profitable business, B, owning profitable property, or C, owning profitable stock. Or D, a mixture of 2 or all 3. And because it's Black History Month, I thought we could take a look at Black history to see the practical applications of these 3 wealth generation tactics. This is a super quick video, so make sure to watch all the way through and I'm sure you'll learn something new. So I just read this paper by William Darity Jr., who recently gave testimony before the House Committee on Financial Services. And it was super enlightening. You should definitely read it. However, if you don't want to read it, here's the 3rd sentence that tells you all you need to know. I'm paraphrasing here, so bear with me. The fundamental reason for Black-white differences in wealth is not the high debt within the Black community. The fundamental reason is low Black asset holdings. This may not come as a surprise to you, but a college degree doesn't automatically mean you'll be rich. And yet, education is really emphasized within the Black community as a means of upward mobility, despite the fact that due to wealth disparity, Black graduates generally owe $25,000 more than white graduates on average. But don't let that statistic fool you. It's a red herring. Too many people get stuck on debt comparisons when they're looking at the racial wealth gap. However, debt doesn't mean broke. 'Tis better to be rich with debt than poor with no debt. What really matters is if the debt you incur earns you more money. And sure, going to school does raise your earning potential, but it's not one of the big 3 wealth generation strategies, and with good reason. With most jobs, you trade your time for money, when what you really want to do is trade your money for more money. So let's take a look again at our 3 wealth generation tactics. What you'll find is that Black people have been barred from these 3 pathways for a long time. In order to fix the setback slavery caused, Black people were supposed to be awarded 40 million acres of land. But long story short, it didn't happen. Instead, the Homestead Act of 1862 was enacted and many white Americans were awarded 160 acres of land. Now you might be wondering what someone can do with 160 acres of land, because you don't need that much to live on. Or maybe you connected the dots immediately and thought land equals big wealth generation, in which case, ding ding ding. With this, we can get rid of another red herring. Many people focus on primary home ownership when they're looking at the racial wealth gap. And while this definitely plays a part, it shouldn't be where your main focus lies. As the paper states, there's a tendency to overemphasize home ownership as the primary route to asset building. However, for persons in the upper quarter of wealth distribution, home ownership is markedly less important in comparison with non-residential land ownership, business ownership, and stocks and other financial assets. In the end, the paper argues that to close the wealth gap between Black and white Americans, there needs to be a focus on Black asset ownership. And of course, I agree. There were a ton of other ways Black Americans were disadvantaged in these 3 big areas of wealth generation, and our country shows the result. And we can't forget that you pass your wealth down to your children. So, not having any wealth to pass down affects your children and your children's children's and your children's children's children. You get the idea. So sorry if the example I gave was a little negative, but boom! The USA is a living example of when one group is able to utilize the pathways to wealth generation and another group is not. Aren't the results telling? However, the past need not be the future. And if you are Black and watching this, it is time for you to go and build your fortune. And if you want to know how to do that, keep watching this channel. Happy Black History Month! I hope you enjoyed this content. And if you did, please make sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye! In the Black community, what you'll find is that Black people have been barred from these 3 pathways for a long time.
Yeah, but you might want to say it again because that sounded like
For the power!
Black Panther.
Black Panther! Wakanda forever!
You sounded angry. You were like,
I didn't mean to say. Excuse me, being an angry black woman.
I know.
Okay.
Excuse me.
With most jobs.
What the hell?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I
Just do it again.
With most jobs.
No, not like you're crying.
Oh yeah. I'm ready. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
With most jobs. Turn off the camera.
I don't understand what's happening here.